Okay, Nadia, this is the first part of what I want to do is kind of tell you what we do. The first thing that we do is that we make ads and we make videos. We like to call them commercials. We make them for businesses and we get them seen on Facebook. More importantly, we use paid advertising to pay for their ads to be seen on Facebook. Now, this is an ad that we ran for one of our customers right here. This customer is called My Therapy Cloud. We ran this particular ad. It has all of these, tells you what the ad is about. They're running a massage for $30. It's a 35-minute massage for $30. Kind of tells all the information. Here are the comments and whatnot. This ad was seen by more than, I want to say, several thousand people. But this is how it works. Person sees the ad, they can click. Are you stressed from work? Or maybe you've been working out pretty hard? Come give your body that it will thank you for, from your friends at My Therapy Cloud. At My Therapy Cloud, we specialize in the ultimate body treatment and focus on muscle groups that are experiencing pain, tension, and stress with a combination of trigger point, deep tissue, and Swedish massage. And if you're pregnant and wanting to give your body some TLC, we've got you covered too. All right, so it has a commercial with it, and then the person can actually click on the ad so that they can see more. And so it's going to come to a landing page where, or a one-page website where they'll see this information. They'll click on it. They'll put their information into the deal, and we will then email them a coupon. So we're able to capture their name, first name, last name, and email address so that our client has the ability to follow up with them. But the main thing is that we're capturing information and we're getting more exposure to our client by posting an ad with a video and getting them seen. The really great thing about this, we ran this ad for less than a week and got them over 50 new customers. So it's relatively easy on how we do. So just to give you an idea, we spent $106 on this particular ad, and it got them 186 clicks to their website. From there, I want to say more than 60 people downloaded the coupon. So hopefully you get an idea what we do. Just so that I can recap this, what we do is we pay for advertising for our clients. So just so that you can know, this advertising costs our client $106. Now that's not what we charge them, but this particular ad costs $106. It reached over 11,000 people in their market. It resulted into 186 clicks to their website. We spent $106 to advertise it. All right, this is what the ad actually looked like. So the tension cleaning Texas, you've been stressed, work has been stressing you, or maybe you just need a great massage. My Therapy Cloud has a massage special just for you. We're offering a 35-minute massage for only $30. And again, when they see this ad, they have the ability. For the next 50 customers, we're offering a 35-minute massage for only $30 to see the video. What makes us unique is that we do video with the ad. Most Facebook marketers don't have the capability of doing video because it's expensive. We are a production company, so we produce video for the promotion, and then from the promotion we send them to a page that is very specific for that then captures information, which allows us to retarget, which allows us to email, which allows us to go back to the customer and get more information. Hopefully all of that made sense. Okay. Nadia, I'm going to go over at this point what we're going to do with every single lead. Okay, so there's a protocol that we do. It's really a 6 to 8 step deal that we do with every single lead, maximum 6 to 8 steps. Sometimes we may get a lead on the phone and they say they're not interested, and then we just simply take them off the list. Or maybe we get a lead on the phone and they're interested off of the first or second phone call, and then at that point you would move them over to Matt and transfer them over to Matt, and I'll show you how to do that. But you already understand how to search for the leads on Groupon and then upload them into our system with the necessary information from the first video that I sent you. So let's take a look at leads that are already in the system. Okay. By the way, I've transferred them all over to Matt's name, and subsequently today, once I get all of the information, I'm gonna add your name, and I want you to reload this with tomorrow as the first call date. As you can see, whenever you see a red flag, it's going to denote that this task is overdue. It says January 23rd, and obviously today is the 24th. Okay, so it's going to show that the task is overdue. So what we're going to do is I'm going to delete every single one of these, and then we're going to simply upload them, re-upload them all into your name so that we can start fresh and we can start calling these very people tomorrow. So let's talk about what the steps are to the sale for us. Let's talk about what are called sales actions. Okay, what you're going to find is that your very first is going to be your first phone call. The second would be after you make the first phone call, if you have not spoken to a decision maker, okay, you would then try to get an email for that person and simply send them an email. 3 days later, and this will automatically set it up. If you put it into the system with second call, it will automatically do 3 days later your second call, where this will come up into your system. All right. So immediately after you've made the first phone call, you get an email address. That afternoon, you should send them an email. And I'm going to set up a Gmail account for you with our company information on it. The other thing is we will do your second phone call will be 3 days after the first phone call. Third phone call will be 4 days after the second phone call. And then you will send another email on that day as well, and then the fourth phone call will be 8 days after your initial after the third phone call, because what we don't want to do is get into the habit of just calling them every single day. Hopefully by the fourth phone call, you've actually gotten in touch with someone who you've actually gotten in touch with a person who can point you in the right direction. And then after that, we're going to send an email. So that puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then after that, what will happen is if you haven't reached anybody, we'll just start sending them a drip campaign or an email campaign. So let's go over the steps again. First, we'll make your first phone call. After that, hopefully on every phone call, you want to try to get an email address so that we can send them out an email. Then on the third phone call, the second phone call, which is 3 days later, again, the system will automatically kind of placing it in that order. Third phone call will be 4 days after the second phone call, and then you'll send an email, and then you'll do the fourth phone call, which will be 8 days after the initial call. So I think what I may do, just to kind of shorten the process up, we'll make it the first phone call, second phone call is 3 days from the first one. The third phone call will be 4 days from the first phone call, and then the fourth phone call will be 8 days from the first phone call, so that we won't have anything in our pipeline too long. I mean, after 4 phone calls, if you can't get in touch with them, after 3 emails, if you can't get in touch with them, they're probably not our customer. All right, so let's start with one of the clients. Let's just simply pick one. All right, so when you make the initial phone call, all right, let's just say you've made the first phone call. Okay, so now you're going to put second phone call. Okay, so when you put second phone call, unable to your next action, leave a message on the second phone call. And so that's important. On the very first phone call, do not leave a message. Just try to get as much information you can. On the second phone call, you would leave a message. Hi, I'm Nadia with Online Branding Institute. Could you have, whoever the contact person is to call you back? All right. And so as you can see, because I have it spaced out for 3 days, it's automatically showing the 27th. Okay. Then you would save that action. Okay. So now it's showing you at that particular time. Okay. So let's say, for instance, let's go back to your full action stream. So now when you slide all the way down to the bottom of the action stream, let's see, did I save that? Undo task. Because it was format, it was an undo task. Okay, so let's look at it this way. All right, it's showing that you have to make a second call on the date. Imagine if you would have made the first phone call, but we can't change it because it's in Matt's name. That's why I'm going to have you upload all of these again under your name, and we'll go over that shortly. But you know how to do that. So let's go back to the action stream. All right. Let's go back to this. All right. So now when I slide all the way to the bottom, you're going to see that this has now a different, it's going to tell you when the due date is. So for every action that you have, you're going to have a different due date. All right. So whenever you go to edit, you could put in, let's say for third phone call. And then it's automatically going to tell you the date to make the third phone call. Or if you put in number 5, it's going to say send you an email. It's going to tell you when you need to send the email. Number 6, that's fourth phone call. It'll automatically put those dates because I have those dates set. So all you have to do is go into sequence. So 1 automatically is going to be the first phone call. Sequence 2 is automatically going to be send an email, and it's automatically going to put the date so that when you look at your calendar, it's going to tell you when you go to your action stream, it's going to tell you what's going to be due for you that particular day. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to delete all of these. I'm not going to delete them now, but once I talk to you, what we're going to do is we're going to delete every one of these. I'm going to have a name set up for you. In here, it's going to say Nadia, and so once it has Nadia in it, you're going to upload all of these leads again. Hopefully, you have saved the CRM. The spreadsheet. You will load all of these into your name as a lead, same protocol that I showed you before, and now you will be able to make the phone calls and then change the actions. Okay, so every single time that you speak to someone on the phone, you're going to add a phone call. Okay, whether you reach someone or not. Okay, so let's go back for just a second. All right, let's say that these are all your files, and now it's time to call First Impressions Orthodontics. Here's their phone number. Here's the Groupon special. You know the script that you're going to use. Okay, so you're making the first phone call. Whatever the outcome of the first phone call, you're going to hit add call, and you're going to say, were they interested, not interested, did you leave a message, no answer, or you could put other. And other may be got info from receptionist. Okay, so you put that information in there, and then you save it. Okay, there may be some pertinent notes that you want to add to it, and those notes may be something like receptionist stated that she was on vacation. Okay, all right, so all of this information is now where you can see it. All right, and if you feel like that if they've agreed to do the 1 week free trial, you would then hit add a deal. Okay, You would then put the company's name. So whatever the company's name is, let's say First Impression Orthodontics. All right. And then you're going to put a dollar amount in there. You're going to put, just for the sake of, you're going to put 3,000 on there. You're going to put the date which they want, that they've scheduled to speak to Matt. So if they said, well, call me back at this time, you're going to put that in the deal, and then you're going to hit save. Okay, so that lets us know that that this person has agreed to do the free trial. More importantly, if that person has agreed to do a free trial, what you're simply going to do is now you're going to take that lead, all right, and then you're going to change that lead over to Matt. You're going to do this, and now that lead now goes to Matt. All right, but let's do this better, because we're in Matt's profile. We're going to change that lead over to George, and now that lead, guess what? First Impressions is now in my name. Okay, so let's just kind of recap. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to set up you're going to have your own username. Okay, and then when you have your own username set up, you're going to take all of these leads, all right, every one of these leads, okay, and you're going to transfer them, not transfer them, you're going to re-upload them in your name. Okay, so you're going to start making phone calls, because you're going to have the numbers, you're going to have their name, and you're going to have the script that you currently have. Every time that you make a phone call or do any sort of action, you're going to note it. Okay, so so here, let's say you're on your first phone call, right? Your first phone call was today. Now, once you enter it into the system the first time, you're going to use first call as your deal, and you're always going to mark it out the next day, so that when you look at your pipeline or you look at the system at the beginning of the day, you're going to see what phone calls you have to make. Okay, every single time that you do that, you're going to add a phone call. All right, were they interested, not interested, any of those? Okay, all right, so you'll be able to write your notes in. Secondly, add any notes that you would find pertinent. Why is this important? Because once you transfer it over to Matt will be able to look at any notes that you have that may help him close. Like you might put, she was a very pleasant lady, they're very anxious to get some marketing started, they've tried this before, it didn't work, they've been looking at doing Facebook for the last 3 years. Any of these things may help him in his efforts to close the deal. Now, and once they've agreed to it, you're going to now put the company's name. You will then put the amount 3,000 in, and the particular date that they want to schedule to talk. Okay, so so you'll put any optional notes that you want to put in, and then you'll put save. Now, the other thing that I want you to know is that when you actually save the deal, I want you to do a couple of things. Once they agree to a particular time, I'm going to let you see what Matt's schedule looks like. We have youcanbookme.com, and youcanbookme.com is this for us. Okay, and what it does is it allows you to go into Online Branding Institute, and you're able to look at what our schedule is. And so if someone wants to schedule at 12 o'clock with Matt, You simply put this in. You put all their necessary information in, because you'll know their name, first name, last name, email, and once you confirm the booking, they will also get confirmation as to the that they've been scheduled, and also Matt will get an alert, and then you will simply go back and then transfer this into Matt's name. Now Matt now has the file in his name, and also he has an alert as to the time that they have scheduled an appointment. Now, more importantly, when you take a look at this, when you go back to this particular, when you have this URL or link to go to schedule it, anytime that Matt has something booked up, you won't be able to schedule. See how those are blocked out? It's because we don't take calls on Saturdays and Sundays, and the fact that the time that I'm doing this now is past 10 a.m. I can't schedule here. So if you've already scheduled something for him, that area would be shaded gray also. Okay, and so you wouldn't be able to schedule it. So once you click on there, you can put the person's name, email address, best number to call for the sit down of the session. You click here, you confirm the booking, and it's automatically going to send them out the info to confirm that. Okay, so hopefully I did a good job of explaining this, and I'm going so much.